Why do you have to glitch? Oh. Hello there once again. Your favorite talk show is back on your screens. It's Trending SA. We're coming to you live on SABC3. It's Women's Crush Wednesday. And I am crushing on these ladies. Oh. They are just flames right here next to me. I have the ever so feisty, yummy mommy, Refile Mbakenyani.
And you know I hate that term, ne? But you pulled it out.
Wait, aren't you yummy?
I'm yummy.
Aren't you a mommy?
Shh.
Therefore.
Semantics,
and then,
my place, semantics.
Right there, over there, over there.
Look
it's
at you.
the.
Oh.
Are you happy with thee? Are you happy with thee?
I'm down with thee.
Okay, it's the Elma Smith.
Check the smile.
Check the smile. Are you related to John Smith?
Yeah, we're not all related.
Okay, I just thought because you guys don't have the T, the H at the end, you're all related.
We're just Smith,
all one clan.
straight up. No relation to Will either.
Let's get to it. It's time for Top Trends.
Pew, pew, pew. In the early hours of this morning, South African time, the Kardashians sent shockwaves through social media when they announced that Keeping Up with the Kardashians was coming to an end in the year of our good Lord, 2021. Can I get an amen?
Was it still going?
No.
What do you mean?
For 14 years, is that how long they've just been arguing on TV? Pretend arguing, fighting.
Fights for days. A family that fights hard loves hard.
I'm glad
so
I
I'm
don't
told.
have to hear that accent. For your,
Which one? So you guys.
So
I
you
was just wondering.
guys, Oh no.
So I'm wondering, on a scale of 1 to 10, right, how affected are you by all of this? How shooketh are you? Because personally, I've been impacted on a 20.
0.
Ow.
Noto.
So cold.
Noto.
I like real sport, not pretend. You know, people must really take each other out.
So you're not a wrestling fan, clearly, Elma.
No, it must be real sport.
So you didn't watch wrestling?
No, it's not a sport.
So a lot of people who feel like Urifilwene,
Yes,
they
my
went to
people.
Twitter and basically this is what they were saying. Nangu Gilovia. Ginevera Zero, to
Yeah,
Pedro. I said to Pedro, Oti, I am terrified to even imagine what Kris Jenner has in store now that Keeping Up with the Kardashians is getting cancelled. She's definitely planning something.
Matter of fact, right?
And there was another
Chris
one.
has got us. Yeah.
Yeah, no, Maning. There was another one from The Good God Above. Uti, the Kardashians TV show has been cancelled. Smite.
Wow.
The portal to hell has been closed. There's another one from Josh Switner who says, the Kardashians, it's with heavy hearts that we say goodbye to Keeping Up with the Kardashians. It's been a wonderful 14 years and 20 seasons. We're so thankful for all the precious moments. And then there was a video.
Caught me.
I just don't know. There's another one about the Kardashians finally leaving. Oh, that's a play on kids. That's funny.
Oh, guys, leave them butts alone.
So, you're not... I don't care about the Kardashians thing, but I love it when social media uses its power for good.
Absolutely.
This morning, Wiseman Dabezita was the butt of a cruel prank at his place of employment. Take a look at this. So basically what happens is this guy parks over at the petrol station and then gives him 210 rands and then says, I wanted petrol for 220.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
And then he gives him 210 rands and then apparently drives away.
Oh my goodness.
Right?
And we all know that petrol attendants, if you don't pay as a customer, they get left holding the bag.
So Utumisole from Country Duty posted this tweet, trying hard to find Wiseman, and it just launched a movement of generosity. He says, if anyone knows where the attendant works, do hit us up. And now joining us on the line, because we are Trending SA, Sino Wiseman Dabezita. Sawubona Wiseman.
Sanibona njani kodwa?
Awu sikhona indoda yamadoda awu. Uvuke utrenda ku Twitter. Ubuwazi?
Kumina impela yazi ngathi iphupha ayikholakala lento yenzakaleyo. Ngathi iphupha impela angikhola nomuntu ungade ngifonela ekuseni engathi hayi mhlawumbe i-prank lento yama-social media labantu abagangayo yabo.
Okay. Wiseman, ngicela ukubuza, yenzeka nini lento?
Lento le yenzeka ngoJanuary 4. kwakuyisonto on Saturday. Kwaku 11:28 isikhathi.
Yeah. So lamlisa nje wafisani wamisa imoto wathi ucela umnika upetrol ka210. Musuya kuyena uyocollect imali ukunika o10 about 2. And then bese kunikela abo 10 about 2 wenzani? Wahamba wabaleka wenzakalani?
Akabalekanga into eyenzeka kuyena wasifika lapha wathi ene ufuna ngifayela u210 ngathi mina u210 wathi ya wathi ngifayela amafutha namanzi ngathi mina ngithekela amafutha namanzi shele kokugcina wento wathi hayi angifaka u210 iphela bese ngeza labo 10 about 2 lapha ngahamba ke mina ndawufaka upetrol lapha yena phela ngisela mhlambe enemali usazisayibheka enye yabo. So mase ngibuya sengiqedile ukukhokha sengiqedisa lapha ngithi ene hayi sengiqedile sengithatha ibalance lesalile. Hayi bese ene ngifake malini mina lapha ngithi mina ngifake u210 u210 athena ene uthena ufuna u210 10 about 2 oku20 rand ngithi mina hayibo mina ngiyazi mina lonto leyo mina u210 u220 rand iphela.
Makes sense.
So lento isho ngathi mina angiyazi kodwa ke lucky ke wagcina buyile agcina kokile yabo ngoba khona omunye usebenza naye la emsebenzini omazinga wathi phaka igama lakhe wathi phaka something like that ngisazi wathi bani. So bese washo ukuthi hayi akakho khama usijala ngomfana yabo.
Oh okay. Hayi no siyabonga ke mfowethu siyabonga ukuthi mfethu wagcina eyikhokhile ke leyo mali and sikubongela ukuthi abantu bakuthandile bakudonatela bakupha imfala kahlana uDecember wakho uzoba umnandi.
Hey, thanks so much. Ngiyabonga kakhulu kubantu bonke base South Africa. Naba social media ngiyabonga nje kakhulu uNkulunkulu anikuse kona ke enilenzile usuku lampela nilenzile ngempela.
Okay, siyabonga bhuti.
Ngiyabonga kakhulu namphothe.
All right.
Interesting how these timelines work, right?
There is no place like Umzansi.
Yeah.
There is absolutely no place like this. We are a generous and warm people, but we
Big
are also ones
Big vibes.
not to be messed with. South Africa is the wild, wild west. Did you guys see the gogo from Walma Park?
We saw the gogo from
Lalela.
Yeah.
So basically, Nangu ugogo uphume kwakhe this morning.
It looks like there's a scuffle going on there.
So was this during the protests?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
There's people in red there. But they're talking a lot.
They're talking a lot. It seems like there's a bit of a scuffle.
There she is. She's wearing the white body warmer. Woo!
All right,
That's a gun that she just pulled on the crowd.
Oh.
That is some amazing stuff. I still get shocked every time I see the video.
You know, the thing is, this happened after that pharmacy was closed.
Sure.
Yeah? And so she went into the mall probably to pick up a prescription, but she was packing heat.
So we're assuming from the video that she was actually accosted by that group for some reason.
Yeah, so
it was in that whole situation.
And for me, what hurt me about this, about this video was the fact that she actually got arrested. And that actually, for me, this is not the time in South Africa with the femicide and the GBV. This is not the time to arrest a woman trying to defend herself from being harassed by men.
And more to that, Mable, the first thing and the only thing I keep thinking about whenever I see this video, right? I've watched it so many times today, is my own experience and the last time I called a taxi when I was like, that is it. I'm getting my life together. Walking from Bree to Noord early in the morning. I'm going to work. I'm just going about my business. Being accosted by a man who was drinking at a tavern that early, about 8:30. And he grabbed me. He tried to talk to me. I kept him moving. He grabbed me and luckily, another drunk guy also intervened. But you always think as a woman in South Africa, you're at the mercy of so many people that can just do whatever to you.
Yeah.
And if someone else doesn't intervene and help you out, if you're not packing, you're in trouble.
It's disturbing that an elderly woman in a sleepy town like Port Elizabeth, who carries with her white privilege on top of everything, felt so scared about going to the pharmacy that she didn't only take her sanitizer and her face mask, but also a gun.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Think about that. Also trending, the Swiss Federal Supreme Court announced the dismissal of the appeal by our two-time Olympic champion Caster Semenya against the restriction of testosterone in female athletes. Now, this is what our golden girl herself, had to say about the ruling. Remember, this will effectively stop her from competing unless she takes medication that changes her body. A man can change the rules, but the very same man can't achievements. You'll understand doors might be closed but not locked. So the thing here that is crucial is that global medical organizations are saying we are not sure whether it's a good idea, if you're a doctor, to administer this medication.
When a scientist says we're not sure, what they're saying is don't do it. Just don't go there, right?
So
sorry, I interrupted you.
To somebody at home who doesn't understand what Caster Semenya is going through, and maybe if you understand music, basically let's look at an artist like Mariah Carey, who can sing from that note at the end of the piano to the other note at the end of the piano.
Range.
Now we look at Mariah Carey and we go, just because J-Lo can only sing the middle part of the piano or one key, then Mariah, you can only sing one key as well.
There you have it.
Yeah.
So loads of support for Caster Semenya on that hashtag all over the socials, and we love seeing it. After the break, though, we are talking hair.
Hair politics, that's what it's all about. It's been that way for all week. So I'm looking forward to that conversation. Stay with us. We'll be with you after the break. Okay, we hear a voice. And welcome back. We are still making the rounds on your timeline. And in the wake of the Clicks and Tresemme inflammatory advert, conversations about natural hair have just grabbed those headlines. Whether it is being appropriated, appreciated, or policed, our hair is always going to be a site of protest. And depictions of hair in mainstream media have ascribed black women's hair to a set of dehumanizing, quite frankly, just really lazy stereotypes. And joining us for our pin chat tonight is natural hair enthusiast, influencer, and founder of Love Kinks, Sinovuyo Mondliwa. My goodness. Welcome to the show. Thanks so much for your time today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Well,
They were using, some of the boxes, they were using weaves to say when you relax your hair, it's going to look like
I feel
this.
like all the boxes.
All of them. It's a bit like scary to accept that all of them. It's like, was I that blind? Like
We didn't know better. Maple, what was happening with you?
I'll just say this quickly. If I had the resilience of my hair, just 10%, just 10% of it, I would have been part of the Avengers movies.
That would have been a superpower.
Eskel, everything.
Do you know what's crazy is that despite my hair being as straight as anything and my mom's being super straight as well, I remember my mom having her hair permed. Like the tightest curl you can imagine, and it's literally like, I mean, it's high, it's a big perm, it's not a little perm. And all the women in my family had these lacquer thick, tight perms. And all I've ever wanted in my life was a perm, but my hairdresser refuses now. The thing is, let's talk about the standards that we see in media, because these are the things that we ingest the whole time when particularly we're young and, you know, impressionable. Long, flowy hair was the norm. Have we moved enough? Is it moving? Is it changing? Is there more representation? And is it the same for men?
Okay, let me just do this so that you ladies can have this conversation.
Yeah.
Okay.
The standards for guys have changed. Like the guy that was good looking 20 years ago is not the guy that's good looking today. Now it's very African, it's very ethnic hair. So for us as guys, we're on a different path. You know what I'm saying? So I'll let you ladies carry this one.
I just want to say, I wish you guys had brought us along in your fight. I'm not sure why you left us back there in the struggle. But anyway, do you think things have changed enough, Sinovuyo?
Not enough. Okay, so I think individuals have made different decisions, but it's not it's not status quo. Natural hair is still seen as, oh, she chose it. That's her journey that she's choosing to go on. She had to cut her hair because she was changing jobs, or a big thing was happening in her life. It's not like, I wanted to get to a point where it's like like choosing just something like part of our everyday lives, you know. Natural hair mustn't be other or like trending.
Or a cool thing to do, or she's earthy, or she's in touch with the universe.
Yes.
It's your hair, it goes on your follicles.
Even the natural hair products, they're being named stuff like earthy and botanics, you know. Like, it's very like alternative. It's not yet just like
Mainstream
normalized. We'll get there though. I think Americans, when you watch like shows and all of that stuff, it's become more normal for them to have the nourished, like Issa Rae, like nourished, healthy, great hair. But South Africa, not yet.
Okay, in terms of natural hair, you in the business of natural hair.
Yes.
Now, this business is worth 9.7 billion annually.
They say.
Oh, so you haven't gotten a lot. So what I'm saying is about it. If you're not making gin in this country, you are making natural hair products. So how do you differentiate yourself from all the clutter?
You brand, you market yourself well. I'm actually studying marketing and branding now just to improve on that. But I think you brand yourself differently. People are buying your story. People are buying your brand. There's a limited amount of ingredients that you can use in a natural hair product.
Okay.
So most natural hair products are similar, right? So it's about, am I buying Love Kings or am I buying this brand? So it's a branding, it's a branding exercise. The differentiating, major differentiator is branding, I think, and marketing, how you market yourself. So for example, now I've worked with a lot of influencers. So that's me saying, as my brand, I care about influencers making money through creating content on Instagram. Because previously I worked with brands that didn't want to pay me. Yeah, Zinhle, so we'll talk.
You know, a lot of what I wonder about as well is, in your work, are you doing a lot of education around normalizing as well and stopping the fetishization of big bouncy curls? Can we just appreciate our 4C and Z pattern curls, because those are the ugly step cousins, right? When it comes to this whole chat.
This 4C?
This is 4C. This is my hair texture, right? So exactly.
And my 4C as well.
You are 4C.
I'm trying to move away from the
classification.
Yes.
And I say that only because most people, it's an easy reference.
Yes,
but
definitely,
it is an uncomfortable classification.
I use it on my YouTube for the people, so people to know what I'm talking about. But yes, I do normalize shrinkage. That's what they call it.
Sure.
Shrinkage is a weird word, but actually that's the word that people use. So not stretching and doing. So when we grew up, if you went natural, you'd have to do amakoda. So overnight you'd have to twist. So I said to my followers 2 years ago, you don't have to. Don't do that. So I wear my hair in its natural shrunken state 90% of
Let's put a pin in that, and we're going to ask you to stay with us because the conversation continues after the break. Stay with Trending SA right here on SABC3. We are going to be joined by Zulaikha Patel as well. She's joining us via Skype. You don't want to miss that one.
I am learning so much today. Welcome back to your conversation starter. You're still watching Trending SA, and this is some real stuff happening today.
Yes.
In 2016, our guest who joins us now became a symbol of the fight against Pretoria Girls High School's policy regarding the hair of black pupils. Since then, she's been in the forefront of that movement, addressing social injustices. Recently, she voiced her concerns about the hair care debacle. Ladies and gents, Zulaikha Patel joins us via Skype. Hi, Zulaikha.
Hi.
Love those earrings. Now talk to us about the fact that you were such a high-profile, integral part of this movement at your school, and this was 4 years ago. Now, the same conversation is back. What do we want brands to learn from the repetition rate that we are seeing on these incidents?
You know, for me, this is an issue that is deeper than hair. It's not just about hair. It goes back to the fact that we haven't done enough to decolonize the corporate space in South Africa, and there aren't harsh consequences for those that are racist, which is why brands persist in such racist actions towards blackness and black people. And so we haven't done enough to decolonize that space. And so that needs to definitely be our focus going forth. It's not just clicks, it's the space as a whole. And so we need to do more, and that's where our focus has to be.
Okay. Zulaikha, how are you? Hello.
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm so honored to be chatting to you. You speak about decolonizing that space, right? I want to ask Kuti, since we're saying this industry is worth 9.7 billion a year, how come women are not in it and utilizing their buying power to decolonize it? What can women do to actually use their buying power?
We definitely need to start buying black. That needs to be our priority as black people, and definitely support black-owned female businesses. That must always be our priority, because one thing that I actually said about clicks was that what it pushes us into a corner to ask ourselves as black people, why do we continue to give our money to white entities that undermine us and do not respect us and do not have any respect towards us? Because one thing that also comes through is that clicks clearly undermines young black women who are majority of their customers and have been majority of their customers for years now. And it clearly shows that they did not go into consulting young black women at all.
And I want to pose that same question to you, Sinovuyo, as someone who is in business and you're a young black woman. How do you further those points that Zulaikha has just pointed out, whilst of course we spoke about a problematic term earlier on, just in 30 seconds?
So I actively did start that process of moving my buying power. I actively promote natural hair brands that are owned by black women, created by black women in South Africa. There's a brand actually that rejected me because they said, it seems like you're not working with big enough brands. And that's one of the biggest beauty brands in the world that said that to me. So I started a page like a few weeks ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, that says it's a directory of where to find black businesses.
I love it.
In Johannesburg, not in South Africa, because it gets complicated when it's the whole country. And I've got natural hair brands there. I also partnered with a company called Natural Hair Company, and every week they sell a certain like local, not always local, but like a brand, and then sometimes they push bigger numbers than clicks itself, just on their website. So e-commerce, we have to go that way.
Yes, absolutely.
All right.
Well, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate you hanging out even more with us after we'd asked you to come for just a few minutes. And thank you so much to you too, Zulaikha. Really appreciate your insights, your passion, and your energy. Really, really do love it. Okay, last week, Thick Lianse was trending under body positivity, and she joins us tomorrow to set the record straight. You don't want to miss it. See you guys at 6 p.m. right here on SABC3.
The stage is yours.